Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm Carshénah with versefilmsproductions, and this is SCREAMTOBER. We're doing a video a day for 31 days up into Halloween. Let's see if your favorite is on the list. Let's go. A family struggles for survival in a world where most humans have been killed by blind but noise-sensitive creatures. They are forced to communicate in sign language to keep the creatures at bay. Starring real-life married couple Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, with the latter also directing. John also directed a very underrated film called The Hollers some time back. This highly original horror got my attention from the get-go and held it throughout. A Quiet Place is rated PG-13 with a runtime of 1 hour and 30 minutes. Spawning a sequel in 2020 and upcoming in 2024, A Quiet Place Day 1 with Jaimin Hansu, and A Quiet Place Part 3 is slated to come out in 2025, gearing up for a franchise for the deaf community and everyone alike. It tells the story of a post-apocalyptic world that has been torn apart by mysterious creatures that find their prey exclusively through sound. It follows one family as they try to survive in absolute silence. Without constant dialogue, it lets the actors' expressions and body language do all the talking. Living in a remote farmhouse, the family does their best to survive, but they have lost one child already. Lee, which was John Krasinski, and Evelyn, which was Emily Blunt, have set up their lives to survive this vicious world for their deaf daughter Reagan and young son Marcus. However, Evelyn has become pregnant and is about to give birth to a baby, and that baby is going to make a lot of noise. The film left me uneasy at the beginning as one young child walks single file at the back, with both the adults way ahead at the front. It did not look like sensible risk management to me, and so it proved. Emily Blunt is simply sensational in a very moving and expressive performance that is among her best. Millicent Simmons and Noah Jupe also impress in beyond their years performances that one doesn't actually expect from actors so young. So does John Krasinski in a performance just as expressive, in a subtle way, and charismatic. John puts on many hats for the film, while in the director's chair, he shows a lot of confidence and great talent for mood and storytelling. The fact that there is such little dialogue or really any form of audio is how A Quiet Place finds its identity. I'm not saying it hasn't been done before, but it hasn't on quite this scale, and it works considerably better than you'd imagine. The cast are great, the cinematography is fantastic, and the story is really well put together. To add to this, I think A Quiet Place is genuinely one of the most tension-filled movies in the last 5 years. I squinted, I cringed, I clenched my fists, I sat on the edge of my seat multiple times throughout. A Quiet Place deserves the critical acclaim, though it's not perfect. It is, however, an absolute triumph and a real spectacle. The monsters are incredibly nightmarish. There are some notable plot holes regarding places they should have lived, some sounds making no significance in the context of the movie's own rules, the way a lot of food and medicines don't get used up after such a long time, crops being harvested without any noise. Not too sure about that one. Unfortunately, characters were making dumb choices nonstop that even under my suspension of disbelief was crossing the line. The logic behind what the monsters can and can't hear constantly changes as the movie breaks its own rules to make sure certain events happen illogically. Overall, a fantastic premise, a horror film that delivers a really solid film that is fun, absorbing, and even has heart. Streaming now, so go check it out.